You're the only one that makes me wait all the time. Oh yeah, blow my mind. Boom, boom, and blow my mind. You're the only one that gets under my skin. You're doing damage nobody's ever been. Do I gotta chase you every summer? Can I have to replace you every summer? You're the only woman on my mind. You're the only way I spend my time. Tick, 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 boom. Can't get you out of the room of my head. Take two, is it too soon to get you into my... I want you now, I need you off the ground. I want not loud, I want you right now. I can't have it right now.
You're the only one that makes me wait all the time. Oh yeah, you blow my mind. Boom, boom, and blow my mind. You're the only one that gets under my skin. You're doing damage nobody's ever been. Do I gotta face you with another? I'll never replace you with another. You're the only man that's on my mind. You know that nobody right. Tick, 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 boom. This ain't a honeymoon. We all night instead. Sleep until noon. I still assume that you'll be in my... I want it here. Don't make me wait all year. Already facing my fears. Come closer to my ears. I gotta hear it more clear. You're the only one that makes me wait all the time. Oh yeah, you blow my mind. Boom, boom, you blow my mind. You're the only one that gets under my skin. You're doing damage nobody's ever been. You're the only one that makes me wait all the time. Oh yeah, you blow my mind. Boom, boom, you blow my mind.
The 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. And coming right up, we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Raptors in Toronto. Last outing for the Raptors, they won that game against the Thunder at Chesapeake Energy Arena. That game a high-scoring affair. We'll see if this one turns into a shootout as well. Kawhi Leonard in action tonight, the winner of multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards. Shaq, for wing defenders, where do you have him ranked on the all-time list?
Well, I shook his hand the other day, and his hands are as big as mine, Ernie. But to answer your question, I think he's in the conversation with Pippen and Jordan.
And Jordan, wow. Now, he's one of the best perimeter defenders ever, but those guys are in a company because they've done it on a big stage, Shaq. But he's very intelligent. I love the way he approaches the game defensively. But doing it on that big stage consistently as Pippen and Jordan did, whew.
That's saying something.
That's saying a lot.
Time for tip-off. We send it to Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And back in Toronto following the road trip, it's the Raptors on their home court. Their last encounter was in Oklahoma City, where they were able to handle the Thunder.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
Yeah, it was almost robotic, Greg, in this one. They filtered out all the noise and came in razor-sharp precision on the offensive end.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, Paul George has made a reputation as a dynamic two-way player. He said, you can dominate a game in so many ways. That's always been my mindset. I just go out there and ball. Kevin, back to you.
Well, you love that versatility, D.A. Thank you. And featuring two of the best bigs in the league, Brent, how impactful is the center position now compared to the way it used to be?
Well, one of the things that I think people are still dealing with is just how divergently different the center position has become in the game. And to think that these guys, in what they're asked to do, has just as much importance of the Patrick Ewings, the Akeem Olajuwons, the low post, big-time scorers back to the basket. The modern-day center, Kevin, isn't doing that. It's a roll to the basket, rim protection game. and there are some elite ones doing it now.
Wired a little bit differently than guys of the past.
They have to be. On top of that, some of the teams are even asking those players, obviously, to step out and shoot the three-point shot. So modern-day game, modern-day play.
It'll be the Raptors off the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for Oklahoma City right now, inside pairing is Grant and Adams. Westbrook and Ferguson, their backcourt, and it's George in at the 3. Westbrook, Siakam pulls it in. Leonard against George. A shot by Lowry, wide open. His three-pointer's off the mark. Here's Westbrook. Yep, that one goes in there.
But he's just fearless and unafraid to go up into the traffic of the defense. Westbrook takes it right to the bucket and a well-deserved trip to the line.
And Russell Westbrook, he is a standard bearer for the Jordan brand with his own signature shoe, Greg. Few players have ever been as competitive as Michael Jordan, but you think Westbrook may be in that conversation.
No doubt about it. The similarities don't end there. The surreal athleticism, the will to dominate, and that fire, finding grudges to motivate them to their highest level. I think there's a kinship in how MJ and Russ approach the game.
Now Westbrook just plays with an incredible competitive fire, and that energy right now, he's not taking any possessions off.
Lowry kicks to Gasol. Poked loose. George looking over the floor. Buries it down low.
That's a talented guy getting too easy a look. Might have been a miscommunication on that one.
Well, just the first quarter, everyone's still getting adjusted. That said, on defense, you have to bring help sooner. Man, he's had 3 good looks at the basket and nothing to show for it.
14 feet away, and again it's Oklahoma City.
And doing their best to maximize possessions, just staying focused with this lead.
Well, it isn't much, but they've been able to capture some of the momentum of this game and increase their advantage. Yeah, they're a little bit cold here, 0 for 4 to get this one going. Yeah, this is where you have to sharpen up your passing. That's a careless turnover.
The Raptors have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Pass to Siakam. Outside, Green. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Grant leading the charge. Ferguson's shot is good.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Toronto's gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Down low. They kick it out to Green. That one's off. Still out of sync.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Wonderful defense, staying active around the rim and then really putting the shooter in a tough spot.
Now here's Leonard. He had 22 points in the win against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Lowry for 3. No good on that one. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Just didn't like the energy level in that one, and that offensive execution also was lacking.
Now, they made a few shots, Greg, but just wildly inconsistent.
Here's Lowry, following the basket by Russell Westbrook. So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
Well, you think back to a time when people wondered if Westbrook was too aggressive playing with KD. They said Russ was taking too many shots. No questions anymore. Westbrook is the man in OKC. The 2K leaderboard shows us who the top assist men have been since the All-Star break.
Number 5, Kyle Lowry.
Wow, he's taken his passing to a whole new level. His court awareness has really improved as we've gotten deeper into the season.
Raptors moving the ball around. Pass to Siakam. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Siakam's got his first 3 points of the game.
That has to be a relief. First bucket was a long time coming.
Yeah, you could see it in the faces of some of the players, just really anxious and amped up for this one. Let's see if this puts them on the right path.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Gasol with it. He had 10 points in the win against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
Well, I think he was especially impressive on the glass. The defense had no idea what to do with him.
And here's Grant. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. 13 feet away. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 13-5 run. Basket good. And that's now 6 points for Paul George.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
To the paint. And it's George finishing it off.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
Now here is Lowry. No points in the game yet for him. Down low. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
You know, a lot of times we talk about good passing, but accurate passing is a huge quality of a good pass, and Leonard did it there.
Inside, here's Green. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
That straight line drive there from Paul George, you love to see him get in that attack mode. Let's see if he can cash in now at the line.
And Paul George, a terrific two-way player, an all-star, an all-NBA performer, and multiple all-defense selections.
That free throw good from George. And Paul George has made it a goal to win Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, he's got tremendous length and quickness, but really his pride at that end of the floor might matter even more. He just takes great pride in being a complete player.
And George drops them both.
Kevin, these are easy points. Remember, free throws.
Leonard on the wing, lets the three fly, and again, Toronto with the triple.
This offense just looks so different when Kawhi Leonard is on the floor and when he's knocking down shots like this.
Lowry from outside. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Westbrook drives in. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
It's hard to believe that he's a point guard. I mean, he can power those dunks down as well as any big man in the league.
If not better. He's a phenomenal finisher.
No doubt. His success converting around the rim is largely due to the one thing he does better than most, and that is fly.
Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
They get a hand on it. Raptors trail by 11. And here's Lowry. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. No good on the three.
He's got to know not to take that shot when he's so closely defended.
And the basket is good.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Kicks it to Leonard. And here's Green outside. Thunder with the rebound. George has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Shoots over Leonard. Here's Ferguson, a beautiful reverse layup.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And the Raptors call time here. Brent, we're seeing shorter training camps. I don't know if it adds to injuries or takes away from injuries with fresher bodies. What do you think about that whole philosophy?
I believe that the shorter training camp did lead itself and lend itself to more injuries last year. And one of the things that I'm concerned with, Kevin, just on a physiological level for players, is that what they are doing to prepare themselves for the season as an individual player, working on your weaknesses and doing those sort of things, is not the same as getting into training camp and preparing yourself for your stamina, your endurance, and your wind. And I wonder if there will be some moves in the next couple seasons about trying to get off the individual training and get back to more of the endurance stamina training so that these little injuries are just not part of a season in the future.
Fred VanVleet is checked in for the Raptors.
And here's a look at stats for Adams. He's really producing here second half of the season. 12th in rebounding, and with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands, and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And you mentioned how powerful he is on the boards, going full throttle at both ends every play, really helping his team compete for wins. Now here's Leonard. He averages over 27 points a game and seems to always find a way to score.
Got to get out his compass and just try to find himself right now and get himself going.
The pass to VanVleet to the middle. Here's Siakam. Leonard kicks to VanVleet. Back to Leonard. It's stolen by Adams. Here's Ferguson. Guarded by Green. Ferguson's shot is good.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Now here's Green playing Oklahoma City. He was nearly unstoppable. Count that bucket.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by Oklahoma City.
Here's Westbrook. The shot, no good. Now Toronto takes it the other way. To the inside, Siakam. Back to VanVleet. No good with the triple. The Thunder leading by 15. It's Westbrook with the drive. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's VanVleet, another key contributor in that nice win against Oklahoma City. Here's George, and he makes that one. George has got 12 points in the game.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Leonard with no one around, and the Raptors miss again.
Well, even though he missed, you like seeing him taking that kind of... Oh! Yes, sir. Paul George dunk contest? He's maybe a little older, but I love to see him get up.
And that last replay, courtesy of the Under Armour Hover Havoc, unleashing a little bit of chaos. Here's VanVleet, still looking for his first bucket in this one. To the paint, and Leonard gets it to go.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And Adams with the slam.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing, the passion that they're playing with up and down the floor.
And Siakam has it in the corner. Drops in the tray. 10 points for him.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. With 10 games left, let's see how the playoff race is shaping up out west. You look at Golden State. Very strong season they've had, always at or near the top of the conference, and right now they're in first place in contention for that, exactly where they want to be as they close in on the postseason. And checking out Oklahoma City, down 4 spots from them.
And you know, for the Thunder, they've fulfilled a lot of the promise they showed coming into the season. But they just haven't taken that next leap forward so many thought they might.
They still had enough players take positive steps forward to call this season a success. Maybe they're not at the top of the standings where they'd hope they'd be, but they're in really good position in terms of the playoff picture.
Do you think it seems like young players are more receptive to stints in the G League than they were in the past?
I feel that way.
Seems
Kevin,
that way, yeah.
Like the stigma of what was used to be the D League, and maybe it was because those were the grades that I had, that you felt a little weird about it. But now that it's the G League, and now that, like we talked about, almost half the players last year had some kind of touch with the G League, I think that stigma has mostly gone away.
Are you saying you were a G student?
Well, when I gave my mom my report card, she said, "Gee, you got 4 A's."
And getting a perspective on the offensive tendencies here since the All-Star break, we've got a breakdown showing the average 3-point attempts versus 2-point shot attempts per game since the midway point of the season for the Raptors.
And clearly they haven't been shy about launching it from long range. That's the way the league has been going, and they are certainly embracing that trend.
Leonard draws the double. Pass to Van Vliet. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Patrick Patterson. The Raptors shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Two shots.
First free throw is good. Both good from the line that time. The Thunder leading by 16. It's George on the wing. He's covered by Leonard. And he overshot that one, missing.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Powell, the pass to Leonard. Over George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Jacks up a 3. Paul George grabs the miss. George has got 6 rebounds now in the game. It's hauled in by the Raptors. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
Away from home, you got to execute, and they did that flawlessly.
Never really perfect on the offensive end, and probably 1 or 2 possessions they'd love to have back, but on the whole, a tremendous synergy on offense.
Here's Van Vliet. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. George against Leonard. Leonard draws the double. It's Powell on the wing. Here's Ibaka. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Yeah, high percentage look there for Ibaka. He can be automatic in there when given room.
Here's George. Tries again. And no problem from Noel as he finishes at the rim. And the Thunder lead by 18.
And I like that they're not settling. Hitting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Right side Leonard. For 3. Ibaka, no luck. The Thunder leading by 18. Here's Schroeder. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Leonard's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Powell. That shot off. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Here's Schroeder. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock.
And Schroeder continuing to build his confidence, shooting the ball from the perimeter. I'd like to see him square up and sink those Jays.
Here's Ibaka. Lays it up off the glass. Ibaka's got his second bucket of the night.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Good work there as it goes.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Raptors trail by 20. Pass to Leonard. Fires from the corner. Not enough on that one as it misses.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Patterson can't get it to go. The Raptors shooting 31% here early on. Not getting the shots they'd like. Anunoby, good.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Patterson, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
Yeah, you can credit the play calling. Nothing really fancy, just imposing their will on the inside.
And that one's good, Leonard.
So money on the catch and shoot. I don't know what the defense is doing there, giving Kawhi that shot.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. The leadership of Russell Westbrook is so important to the team, and Steven Adams talked about what it means to him.
He's doing just an unbelievable job at just controlling the guys, controlling the game, making sure that everyone's feeling in the right mood to play and willing to sacrifice for one another.
You know, so much of leadership is that emotional component, motivating guys to give their all.
And Russ certainly leads by example with his competitive zeal, but he understands also he's got to bring his teammates with him.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for the Thunder here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
The chemistry through the roof, and it's allowed them to build this huge lead after one.
All parts are working together, even the guys who have not put the points on the board making their subtle contributions.
We've got Anunoby. He's out there with Norman Powell. Jeremy Lin is out there with Ibaka. And it's Van Vliet in at the point guard position. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Marc Gasol is the more fiery of the Gasol brothers. Pau Gasol says, I sugarcoat things a little more than Marc. He's more emotional, more direct. And Marc said, when a mistake happens on defense, I know you're not concentrating. I don't allow that. He knows controlling his frustration is important. He says, I'm working on it. Guys?
Art of leadership, DA. Thank you.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And you look back at that 2012 finals, the Thunder lost in 5 games to the Heat. And you looked at that young talent, Durant, Westbrook, Harden, now all MVP award winners, along with Serge Ibaka, a young, talented, energetic Serge Ibaka. And it felt like there was a team that was going to rule the West for a very long time.
And the Thunder trading away Harden in the summer of 2012, but Brent unable to agree on a contract extension.
Well, OKC agreed on the contract. James Harden did not, and that's sort of the line in the sand that was drawn. And the salary cap jumping up in subsequent seasons, they just had bad timing in terms of the frugality of what they offered up to James Harden. It's a decision that we talk about a lot. It's revisionist history, but at the time it was the move that OKC made, and I can't really argue with it.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Fred Van Vliet. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard for the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. Here are the team leaders in steals. You need to play these guys heads up. Number 1, the Thunder.
And it's no accident to see them at that top spot, guys. I mean, great awareness and anticipation. They apply a ton of pressure defensively.
Pass to Lynn to stop the run. No good. And the Thunder going the other way now. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
And guys, this is the blueprint for winning on the road. How about the level of focus on each and every possession?
I admire the approach here, especially in such a hostile environment. Offense and defense, they really played a whale of a game.
It's good. 24 points for George.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Raptors with the ball. In the second quarter, held scoreless. The shot by Powell, no good.
Yeah, it just seems whatever they do, nothing's working right now. Oh! No, that athletic ability there. The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
It seems like they've been at it on both ends tonight. Tremendous all-around play from them. Has them up quite a bit here.
And the 3 off target.
I've not seen him shoot this poorly, guys, in a game this season.
And it goes down 2 points.
Yeah, it was weird because it looked like the defense was ready for the move, but Paul George had a little something extra for him.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Powell, that's good.
And some much-needed offense right there. He ends that fantastic run by Oklahoma City.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Toronto called for the foul. One of my favorite moves is the Euro step. I know it's one of yours as well. There are a lot of guys that can do it well.
Well, I got to see Manu Ginobili step around me for years in San Antonio. But I think James Harden is still the most devastating Euro step player we have in the game. There's something about the lefties, isn't there, Kevin? We have a hard time figuring
they throw
a lefty
you off.
out.
They throw you off automatically just by the left hand.
Right.
Then they add the little sidestep.
James Harden with the shiftiness and the way he moves the ball around and draws contact. I know there are a lot of people that get aggravated by that, but he's nearly impossible to stop, especially when he's got his passport with the Euro step.
He slithers. Siakam is checked in for Powell. Ferguson's checked in for the Thunder. And the second free throw, good. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. To the middle, plenty of space. And Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the assist by Lowry. 6 points for Serge Ibaka.
Mindset right now is pretty strong. Superb at staying aggressive and right now stringing some plays together.
Toronto's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Lowry for 3. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And he has lost all confidence out there. Still not a single field goal made in the game. Yeah, just nice strength there and then just off with the shot.
For Oklahoma City, they have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
Only shooting 71 really on the season, so there is plenty of room for improvement.
The first free throw is good. A different look for Oklahoma City. Grant, he's checked in for Burton. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. And so he hits both. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. The pass to Lynn. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
You have to respect the concentration level of Lynn there. Just doesn't get rattled on his shot when the D whacks it. And for Lynn, missing the season last year, he's just glad to be back. His playmaking and creativity is something that this team needs. As long as he's healthy and playing aggressively, he'll be an effective guard option.
Marc Gasol's checked in for the Raptors. Green comes in for OG Anunoby. And that one falls for Lynn. And with Lynn, he made a point upon returning from injury, saying he will not change how he plays.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys, they'll shy away from contact after experiencing a torn patella like Lynn did, but he knows that he is at his best going at defenders and absorbing that contact. He said he'll try and be more aware of how he lands, but has no plans of changing his game.
Lowry for three. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Lowry's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Morris with the bucket.
Well, Westbrook draws so much attention, so takes advantage there, finds a teammate.
Lowry against Westbrook. The drive by Lowry. Outside Gasol. No good from outside. Oklahoma City has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Ferguson. Again, Oklahoma City. And so Lynn will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Misses off the right iron. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Over in the corner, Green. Off target from three-point range.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams.
A moment now to see the numbers for Lynn. Putting up about 10 points a night, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
From all the whispers that we've heard, he's been working hard on his game. It just has not showed up yet in the box score.
Gasol, and finished off by Gasol.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much elevation for Gasol to throw one down, of course, unless somebody's standing right in his way. That dunk is going to be easy money for him.
Three-pointer, Lowry. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
And another miss. Oof. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. The Raptors shooting just 29% in the second quarter. The offense is suffering. And Siakam has it in the corner. The rebound by Steven Adams. Oklahoma City dictating the flow. The three from Morris. And it's Gasol with the rebound. The Raptors shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. Jumps up, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Kyle Lowry picks one up there. Hey, Brent, the season winding down, and teams are looking at playoff slotting. Have you ever, though, been a part of a team that suffered a late season collapse?
I don't think the teams that I was on, Kevin, and fortunate to be on, that had expectations to go deep into the playoffs or maybe eventually participate in the finals ever had that kind of breakdown. But in Seattle in 2003, a team led by Gary Payton, I know we had an opportunity to get in, to sneak in maybe to the 8th slot. We struggled with inconsistency all year long. I don't know how big the meltdown was, but disappointing for that talented of a team to not have an opportunity to participate in the postseason.
I'm sure. And he sinks the second. Now here's Lynn. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Siakam, good.
And really, Lynn has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
Here's Grant. Sinks the 15-footer.
Where was the D on that one? Just too easy.
Grant's gone 50% so far. 2 of 4 shooting. Lowry deciding where to go with it here. That one goes in. Green's got his second basket of the night.
You know, he talks so much about accurate shooting. Sometimes accurate passing can lead to great shooting. You saw it there.
And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Well, the defense looking at him like a Rubik's Cube. They cannot figure him out. He continues to light him up from the field. More importantly, they're winning.
Drains the three-pointer.
You could see some miscommunication on the defensive end of the floor that time. No excuse for letting a player get that good a look on that possession.
Here's Westbrook. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in.
Well, the defenses are geared up to prevent Westbrook from getting to that position, so he just goes ahead and takes it.
And Lowry gets it to go.
You know, he didn't score the ball much in the first quarter, but he has been really, really solid during the second quarter. I expect a big game from him now.
Passes it to Ferguson. Here's Adams, shooting foul. As the whistle blows, he'll shoot 2 free throws. They get Marc Gasol.
Well, he's such a big guy, Adams, but he does move quite well, and that helps his ability to get to the free throw line.
And Steven Adams came into this league at 19, already a physical specimen, and has only gotten stronger. Just a bruising presence down low.
That free throw, no good. And plenty of bumping and elbowing inside as ever. Steven Adams strong enough, though, to come out on top of that battle.
Yeah, not shy at all about contact. Grew up the youngest of 18 children. He had to hit above his weight for over a decade. Now he's got the upper hand.
The Raptors making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. Good on the second free throw.
Well, Adams has his struggles at the free throw line, but he's making strides in that area and still has work to do.
Westbrook against Lowry. Stolen by Westbrook. Here's Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
Leonard against Grant. Shot clock at 6. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And here's Grant. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Westbrook lays it up and banks it in. Westbrook's got 19 points.
Well, Westbrook just overwhelming the defense right there, like a semi-truck coming at you.
That's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
Toronto ball.
And how about a look at our 2K leaderboard and a group of point guards that have a little bit of big man in them and some very good rebounding numbers since the All-Star break. Russell Westbrook, number 1, and, of course, Kyle Lowry.
And this is a unique group of players. It's not often we talk about the rebound leaders at the point, but with these guys, it's warranted because of just how well they do it.
It's a dimension of the game that so few point guards have, and it's an attribute that makes them much more valuable to their ball clubs. To have that many rebounds coming from the point guard position, what a plus you got there.
The Thunder have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11. And the Raptors making a change here. Van Vliet's checked in.
One shot.
Well, free throw off from Westbrook.
And even now in his mid-30s, Marc Gasol is fantastic. I mean, he gives you everything you want at that center position. Strong defender and rebounder, and he has a host of ways to get you buckets.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. And with Gasol, he continues to develop his outside shot, Greg, to act as a stretch center now.
Yeah, and really the combination of his three-ball shooting and his passing really, even at this stage of his career, makes him a tough cover. You worry if he'll settle too much for that outside shot, but boy, when he is on, there are few answers for slowing him down. moment here to look at the numbers for Leonard. 5th in steals and ranked among the top 10 in scoring. He can fill it up with the best of them.
And back to what you said, top 5 in steals this year. Quick hands and great anticipation. Oklahoma City's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Got that bucket in no time at all. Westbrook's got 24.
With this lead, they're playing confidently, showing a quick trigger from beyond.
Here's Van Vliet. He's covered by Westbrook. Van Vliet passes to Siakam. Outside Leonard. Here's Van Vliet. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got his 3rd assist on the night.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Adams' shot is good.
Well, using his wide frame right there, Adams able to get the position he wants and drops it through.
Inside and finished off by Gasol.
I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so.
and offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Well, they've been the better shooting team throughout the first half because of their patience and because of their shot selection.
Goes back up, and it's good on the way in. Gasol's got 6 here in this quarter.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Here's Westbrook, and Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Yeah, Russell is not stopping right now. So sure on the offensive end, just complete confidence there.
Here's Van Vliet. He can't get it to go, and it's Oklahoma City the other way. Here's Westbrook, and it's off the back rim, no good. The Raptors shooting 45% in quarter number 2. Shoots the 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Grant's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
They swipe it. In the corner, it's Westbrook. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the basket there.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Powell, he's checked in for the Raptors. Paul George is checked in for Oklahoma City. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Terrence Ferguson. George against Leonard. Stolen by George. One-on-one here. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 4 assists in the game. Van Vliet kicks to Gasol. Leonard. And he can't stop the run as he misses. Oklahoma City's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Stuffed. Now here's Powell. He's covered by Westbrook. Here's the floater.
Well, Adams quick off his feet there with that size and length. Tough to shoot over.
And a little luck that time, but it drops. And it's 8 points for Dennis Schroeder.
Ripping and running. They have a big advantage now in those transition opportunities.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Van Vliet kicks to Gasol. Back to Van Vliet. Pass to Powell. Raptors moving the ball around. Launches it. Offensive rebound. Gasol. Off with the layup.
And that's just good offense. Surprised he blew that one, and the defense is too.
Here's George. Off target. That was a little heat check. And so it's Oklahoma City with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back to the action after this word.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still 1 half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It was all Russell Westbrook in the first quarter. He had 30 points, 5 assists, and 6 rebounds. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, they just about ran their offense to perfection. They pounded the ball inside, and the entry feeds were on time and on the money. It was a clinic to watch. The second half is going to be no contest if they keep getting shots 8 feet and in.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Toronto?
They were not running an efficient offense. The shot selection has to improve. It's as simple as that. Too many guys working as individuals, not as a team. They need to work as a unit, Ernie. Move the ball.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go over there.
Put me on some.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
And I love the game plan in that first half. They really valued each possession.
Efficient so far with the shots that he's taken. His contributions have been fantastic.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. So for Oklahoma City right now, the forwards, George and Grant. Westbrook and Ferguson, their backcourt, and it's Adams in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Billy Donovan has faced a tough job in Oklahoma City, Brent. Star players leaving town, some even criticizing him after they left.
The circumstances of Billy Donovan moving off of what he did at the University of Florida and making that a powerhouse Division I basketball program, it's been very interesting to have Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant to begin your career, and then pushing that team to almost beating the Golden State Warriors, losing in a Game 7 to losing Kevin Durant. Billy Donovan's seen a lot in the early part of his career. The hopes is that he continues to grow and learn. Really happy with the hire of Billy Donovan and what he brings to the table in terms of his basketball acumen.
For Oklahoma City, they have made 8 of their 12 free throws in this game.
One shot.
Well, PG played his first 7 seasons in Indiana with the Pacers and guided them to 2 Eastern Conference Finals appearances, and that playoff PG moniker that he came up with, it holds true if you look at the numbers. And when the Pacers were about to rebuild, I think Paul George let them know that he was willing to move on to continue his career somewhere else.
And here's Westbrook from the arc, nailed from three-point land. Westbrook's got 5 points in the quarter.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Leonard against George. Lowry for 3. Toronto gets it back in a new 24. Here's Oklahoma City now. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Ferguson's shot is good.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
A lot of fans in Indiana upset with Paul George for deciding to leave. Do they have a point, Brent, or is that unfair?
I think it's a little unfair, Kevin. 7 great years from Paul George. Obviously had to recover from the leg injury and came back strong. But PG wanting to go somewhere where he could win a title, and that's a decision that every player has to make. PG thought somewhere else he might have that opportunity and maybe more chances to do so.
Adams finds Westbrook over Lowry, and it's Westbrook missing. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Toronto. Searching for that first bucket here in the third. And again, Toronto, no luck.
Well, that's a shot right there. He's going to hit 9 times out of 10. We just saw the 10% he doesn't make. Well, it's one thing to play good defense, but then to alter the shot and get the rebound, that's a good day's work.
Lowry can't get it to go.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
And he overshot that one, missing.
And usually that mid-range jumper finds the bottom of the net. The defense has to be more aggressive moving forward.
Here's Leonard. Over to the wing, trying to end the drought. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game, now 6 for 10.
And he's been hitting from out there. Defensively, you're going to have to change some things up.
The classic catch-22 guy right here. If you key in on him, you're going to open up other opportunities for his teammates to have good looks.
Lowry drawing the double team. Leonard, the pass to Siakam. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. Here's what Oklahoma City's schedule is looking like. On Monday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Memphis Grizzlies. Then on Wednesday, they'll head back home to host the Indiana Pacers.
And for that matchup with the Mavericks, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Just another foray into the paint by Westbrook. That's way too much speed to keep up with him.
The Raptors have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. A very slow start offensively. Lowry kicks to Siakam. Outside Gasol. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Here's Adams. It's rebounded by Kyle Lowry. Toronto's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. And again, it's Toronto converting. Here's Westbrook. 37 points for him. And George with the stuff.
Pretty cool that Paul George came to the game on a rocket ship because he's on another planet right now.
Now Lowry. Pass to Siakam. Gasol dishes to Leonard. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Leonard's got 9.
And that's how you set up your teammates. Done with a little bit of flair.
Here's George. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, Paul George will take those opportunities anytime he can get them. A nice dunk there.
The Raptors have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. And Lowry gets double teamed, feeds it to Leonard. And he gets it to go from the high post. He's got 11.
I'm not sure why anyone would leave him alone at that range. Head scratcher.
Westbrook. And that one, good.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
The Raptors have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Lowry. He's been on a tremendous roll since the All-Star break, averaging 17 points per game, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds. And a quality player. I love what he brings to the table at that backup point guard position.
I think coaches appreciate a guy that comes in and knows how to run the offense with some intelligence. That's exactly what he does.
And George, here we go. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul goes against Toronto. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
And the free throw line was a problem spot for him in their last game. Really struggled up there.
Two shots.
That free throw good from George.
Just 1 year in college for Paul George and then made the transition to the NBA, and all the talk was about what it is we're seeing now. A very capable two-way player and all-star caliber talent.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Morris has checked in. And both free throws good for Paul George. The Raptors have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Lowry kicks to Lynn. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got his 7th assist here tonight. Oklahoma City shooting a stellar 60% since the halftime break. The baseline J. And it's George missing. Toronto's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. A 3 from Leonard. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Noel's got 6 rebounds here tonight. A nice shot by George.
Well, the O looks unstoppable tonight, especially because of that guy. He's just torching them.
The Raptors have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. And Lowry gets double-teamed and out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. And a perfect time here to look at all the teams that score the most points off turnovers. Here are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. Number 1, the Thunder.
You know, it's not just the turnovers they're forcing. I mean, they're converting at the other end, and you know what? It puts a lot of pressure on you to play perfect.
And the dunk by Westbrook.
I mean, can you imagine, Kevin, your teammates being worried about your physical health with how hard it is you dunk the basketball? Whew. But that's just who he is.
Outside Lowry. Floats one up. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Got that one up quick. Westbrook's got 43 points.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you could turn it up.
Lowry finds Ibaka. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got 8 rebounds in this game. Morris into the lane. Wasted no time on that one. Morris has got 5 points so far.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
Anunoby in the corner. Will it go? And the rebound goes to the Thunder. George has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Shoots over Leonard. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
This is great to see him take over in stretches like this, coming alive at just the right time.
And there's the pass to Lynn. Outside for Lowry. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. With 10 games left, let's see how the playoff race is shaping up out east. Look at Milwaukee. They've got their eye on the number 1 seed as the season moves into the final stretch. Currently first place in the standings, and guys showing no signs of letting up. And of course, there's the Raptors, right on their tail, vying to move up and take over if they get the chance.
And when I look at Toronto, a lot to live up to this season. And really, they have come through. It can be hard on a team when the expectations are that high, trust me. But it has not bothered them one bit.
Well, as high as those expectations were, they've only gotten higher as the season has gone along. They look poised to make a serious run at the trophy come playoff time.
Inside. And the shot will not go from Anunoby. Oklahoma City shooting nearly 70% from the floor. They are putting on a clinic offensively. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Toronto.
You know, and Serge Ibaka, a player who kind of came into the league as a defensive stopper, shot blocker. You know, still has great length and can bother shots, but not the prolific shot blocker he once was, as the focus has become more on the offensive end.
It's Westbrook with the drive. An easy 2 points on the layup. Westbrook's got 45 points.
Well, his offense should come with a warning label, caution, flammable. He's connecting on everything. The D looks dumbfounded.
Morris against Len. Lowry for 3. That one, no good. And the Thunder going the other way now.
Yeah, the defense there in chill mode. We all know he can burn them from three-point range.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap to the coaching staff here. They're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around him.
Here's Noel, and there's another one for the Thunder.
And at his height, you have to like what he gives you as a shooter.
Well, when he squares up from the medium range, there's little things you could do to stop him.
And Ibaka slams it in.
And not the most flamboyant dunker, but Ibaka goes to the rack with rude intentions nonetheless.
Here's George. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. The feed now to Leonard. It's stolen by Morris. Here's George. And that one drops for him. George has got 47 points.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
And a wide open look for Lynn. Connects from three-point range. Lynn's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Toronto. Here's George. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Leonard's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Lowry from outside, and there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That'll be his second foul of the game. Some changes for Toronto. Norman Powell comes in for Kawhi Leonard, and it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry. And then for Oklahoma City, Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Markieff Morris. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
When you watch Kyle Lowry play, you see how much bigger he is than his stats. Does so many little things on both ends of the floor. I mean, he's a great screen setter, takes charges, all the things that don't necessarily show up in the stat sheet, but are important when it comes to winning.
Had to catch a flight for the night show. Let's get though. Got us right though. We ain't like no. I ain't got no time though. Only got one night though. We get twice though. It's lit. After night show. After night show.
Now let's take a look at Paul George, some stats on him. His last 10 games have been exceptional. 10th in scoring, 13th in steals, and don't forget top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And you noted it, his points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to. And Greg, with Lowry, it isn't like he's quiet on the stat sheet either.
Yeah, he is a bulldog. I mean, he scores it, the playmaking. He's just complete in terms of a backcourt player. Rebounds as well as anybody for his position and got good hands on defense. It just gives you a little bit of everything at that point guard position.
And here now the Thunder. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Schroeder. Now a chance, guys, to examine the rebounding numbers over the past months for Leonard.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him, and a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that coach would probably like to see him reverse.
Here's VanVleet, 7 points in the game. Offensive rebound. Ibaka, no luck.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Lynn the pass to VanVleet. 46 seconds left in the third. Good. Anunoby's got 4 points this quarter.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there. Dead on target.
Passes it to Noel. Ibaka comes with the double team. George goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Here's Powell. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Well, tremendous focus with the bigger guy all over him. It's
That is not possible. What we just is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. Count that one from VanVleet.
And you'll take that shot every time down. Beautiful work all the way around.
And Noel with the basket on the assist by Patterson. 11 points for Nerlens Noel.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you know you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's the Thunder running away with it. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
We've done a great job moving the ball. Let's keep the ball moving, extra pass, attack, pass, and play, okay?
Billy Donovan enjoying the activity his team is showing, the motion of his offense, just wants to see more of it.
Yeah, they're working together well. The key now is to try to do it consistently throughout the rest of this evening.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Marc Gasol is out there with Anunoby. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Jeremy Lin. And it's Van Vliet in at the 1. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
Well, at 175 pounds and lanky, Schroeder still has some strength, especially on those tough finishes.
Here's Van Vliet. Off target with his 3.
And that's a rare sight. Usually shooters make the defense pay when they're that lackadaisical.
Shot good by Diallo.
Assisted by Patrick Patterson.
This is the second year with the sponsored patches on the jersey. Advertising, more or less. Have you gotten used to seeing those things?
Yeah, I think it was no problem last year.
They're small, they're on a jersey.
Some teams did some really cool creative things with the color schemes, and I don't think we've seen the last of that, Kevin.
We see it in European games on their jerseys.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to recognize the number with how many advertisements are on the jerseys.
Or
but
billboard.
Yeah, I don't think we're done with it yet.
Rob. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Stops, pops, good on the jump shot.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Van Vliet kicks to Lin. That 3 off the mark. The Thunder have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Yes, that goes in.
It's contagious. Every guy on the team working to keep this streak alive.
It's so fun when you're rolling like this. You just want it to continue as long as possible. And right now, fingertips are ablaze.
And it's good off the back of the rim and in. And that's 13 points for Nerlens Noel.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
To the paint, here's Gasol. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Noel wide open, he fires. Great look, but off the mark. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. To the inside, Gasol. Then Gasol with the dunk.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. Shot good by Diallo.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Toronto's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Powell finds Lin. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Lin's got 11 points here in just the second half.
I can't be frustrated at him tonight. He's doing his job. I'd like to see his guys step up a little more.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic.
Anunoby, good.
And Lin is a sensational playmaker. Love how he zips passes over to his guys.
Diallo sinks that one from the post. Diallo's got 12 now in this quarter.
You can tell right now the teammates are scanning the floor to find him and feed him. Why not? He's on it right now.
Outside, Lin shoots a 3. Thunder with the rebound. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Toronto's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Inside. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
Yeah, the first half was really tough, but he's really rounded a corner here and been fantastic shooting the ball here in the second half.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. As the league's star power grows, we see more players taking on roles in entertainment, which is kind of interesting. Do you think that's a distraction at all?
Did you know that I was in a movie myself, Kevin?
Why do you think I'm bringing this up?
Oh,
You have
okay.
firsthand knowledge of this stuff. Your fingerprints are all over this question.
Yeah, not a distraction. I mean, come on, it's an opportunity for guys to
It
go.
was fun, right? You loved your experience, didn't you?
I did love my experience. I did a couple commercials when I was in Los Angeles. It's a lot of fun.
And you were good.
You're amazing, Kevin. Thank you.
They
for
won,
that.
and they won awards.
Thank you. The things did win awards.
I know.
You're very kind. It's not a distraction, though. These guys
No.
are kids. They want to do things. They want to do things musically. They want to be on stage. They want to be in movies.
It
They want
helps
to do
the team,
TV shows.
Too, right? Helps the league and notoriety and everything else.
Why not?
Miller's checked in for Toronto. Oklahoma City shooting an unbelievable 70%. You won't see a performance like this too often. And that one's good. Schroeder.
Really outstanding job by Schroeder there to go with the pull-up jump shot. If he's hitting those consistently, the defense might be in trouble.
Here's Van Vliet. Out to the wing. A wide open look for Gasol. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Noel's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. The shot by Nader, no good. Toronto, they've gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Powell, the pass to Miller. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That's on Patrick Patterson.
Oh, man, gotta love that pass there. Couldn't ask for a better one.
Well, there's a lot of talk, too, Brent, about the age requirement for entering the draft, and Commissioner Silver has said it's a clear change that's probably on the way. What do you think the league should do?
Can you and I talk about a guy that you know quite well who in 1995 came out as the fifth
17-year-old, I know
in
it.
the NBA draft? Kevin Garnett came into the league and handled himself extremely well. Now, for every one of those stories, we know there were other ones where guys did not make much of their NBA careers.
But then here comes the G League.
The G League, to me, is the huge key.
That's the equalizer,
A lot
isn't
of these guys have a ripcord now for some of those things that transpired over the course of the last 30 years, where they can have a softer landing point to continue to develop, to continue to mature, and have an opportunity to make something of their NBA career.
Excellent explanation. 6 on the shot clock. And the shot will not go from Anunoby. Here's Diallo. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Well, tonight his pinpoint accuracy has been impressive.
Powell for 3, hits the three-point bomb.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Yeah, no question. It looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game, and they're likely to keep doing this until the defense makes an adjustment.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And Marc Gasol, a force on both ends of the floor. You forget, Greg, that he's won a Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, Gasol doesn't really wow you on defense with what he does. I mean, he gets blocks, but it's really his positioning and his rotations are what make him so great. Always involved in plays, and he just seems to be able to protect the rim and a terrific team defender.
That free throw, no good. About a quarter of the players in the NBA were born outside the USA. Brent, could that percentage swell to half within a couple decades?
I don't think we're ever going to get that far with foreign-born players, but it's exciting to see all the representation around the league. We've certainly had some standouts, and I'm a little bit sad that this year might be the last year we see one of the most incredible players, if not the best European player the league's ever seen, in Dirk Nowitzki, probably retiring in Dallas after the year.
Here's Anunoby. Good on the three-point shot. Anunoby's got 9 points now in just the second half.
You hear that A word all the time, aggressive, and sometimes just being that can turn your game around. He's been that in the second half, their go-to guy here.
That's 10 straight off of the mid-range.
Down low. And finished off by Gasol.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Diallo, no good. Toronto's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. He had a nice open look right there. Oklahoma City shooting a magnificent 69% in this game. Powell with the steal. Shoots over Patterson. That's short off the rim. And it's the Thunder with the ball. Here's Schroeder. It's rebounded by Anunoby.
Oh, you just relish those kind of opportunities. And the defense got lucky, but they need to guard that area of the floor a little bit better.
Here's Schroeder. Here's Patterson. That's tipped. Tries yet again. And the layup is up and in. Here's Van Vliet. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Marc Gasol. Burton's checked in for the Thunder. Powell. The second chance effort. They get it back. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the dunk by Powell.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious 2-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Shot good by Diallo.
Just a little bit off in the first, but he's been anything but that here in the second quarter. Really impressive to see him turn it around like that.
Van Vliet kicks to Miller. Pass to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Diallo, no good.
You can't miss those kind of looks. The defense seems to be a little nonplussed so far in this one, but he flat out missed it.
Here's Van Vliet. He's guarded by Schroeder. Ibaka, no luck.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Back to Powell. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The league and players union, Brent, both have expressed supporting guys who express their views and social concerns. You like that?
Well, I think it's amazing the way the league has backed some of the avenues with which players have used their voices.
Embraced.
Well, extending well beyond just saying things, Kevin, because we know actions speak louder than words, and there are so many guys around our league that do important philanthropic work. But the fact that the league supports all of those things, the fact that you see Adam Silver show up at some of these events, or that there's press releases from the league office about some of the things guys are doing, there's amazing cohesion when it comes to the league and its players, because they understand that everything that they're doing has such a significant impact in the communities in which they live in and around the game with which we all love.
Well said. Miller with the ball. Now guarded by Schroeder. Van Vliet passes to Powell. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Powell's got 11 points in the quarter.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
Again, the Thunder score. Here's Van Vliet. Do you see a lot of player tampering right now in the NBA?
Well, how do you define it, Kevin?
Well, if a player wants to go out and recruit other players that may be under contract with another team.
I see that a lot then, Kevin. I mean, it happens all the time. Players talking about what are you thinking about doing, and about, wow, don't you think this would be great if we could get together on the floor and 2021. Let's try to.
But management doing it is a completely different animal.
Management cannot do it. Although some teams have walked that tightrope a little bit to the point where they've fallen off in recent years. But the idea of players not ever talking to one another about the potential of being together.
Come on, right?
It's always happened.
Miller kicks to Van Vliet. To the inside. It's stolen by Morris.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Thunder.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so when you look at the season record, this one will tally up win number 43 on the year.
Important. With this win, they split the season series at a game apiece and also avoid the sweep. And that has to be a relief.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Russell Westbrook.
And so many times on the defensive end, showed off those quick mitts, jumped all over the opposition and swiped the ball away a number of times.
And again, Oklahoma City, no good. To the inside, Powell. And a great assist by Miller as that one goes in.
Well, that's some good O there. Always like to see them getting those interior looks.
Here's Schroeder, banked in off the glass.
I'll tell you, when you're the visiting team, it can be hard to maintain focus, but not tonight.
Tonight they have stuck with what they do well, handling all the exterior pressure, and they're likely to come out on top here.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're in front. 17 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
Now that you can tell there's some bad blood here. They're just rubbing it in now by calling a timeout.
Or could be just wanting to execute well down the stretch. Don't want to leave any room for chance.
You're doing damage. Nobody's ever been over. Do I gotta chase you every summer? Can I have to replace you every summer? You're the only woman on my mind. You're the only way I spend my time. Tick, 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 boom. Can't get you out of the room of my head. Take two, is it too soon to get you into my... I want you now. I need you up the crowd. I want you not loud. I want you right now. I get it, have it right now.
You're the only one that makes me wait all the time. Oh yeah, you blow my mind. Boom, boom, you blow my mind. You're the only one that gets under my skin. You're doing damage. Nobody's ever done.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
This was a big game for him. There's no denying that. Coming off a bunch of losses in a row, they turned to him to break the streak, and he delivered in a big way. Oklahoma City dictating the flow. Here's Schroeder, cans it from short range.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Yeah, you gotta be relentless in this game or the tide can turn on you. Not here, not tonight.
Here's Patterson. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Paul. Outstanding game tonight. And I always wonder what it's like when you really are feeling good out there and how that shows up on the floor.
Man, this got to be one of the best games I played. It just seemed like I couldn't miss. And my teammates found me. They made it easy for me. And, shots finally fell for me.
Yes, I know that phrase is in the zone. Looked like you were living there tonight. Thanks, Paul. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.